Stugotz here for Upside. Like I've been telling you for a while now, if you travel for business, stop wasting time pricing your flights and hotels at the same old sites you used to go to. The only site you need is Upside.com. It's quick and easy for Upside to show you the exact flights you're looking for and the big-name hotels you want to stay at. You can buy them separately or bundle them together. That's what I do. You can even add a ride. And by bundling 2 or more selections, you'll experience the real magic of using Upside. See, the more you bundle, the more you save. The bigger the gift card you receive to places like Amazon.com every time you buy a business travel package using Upside. And their expert navigators are always available 24/7 through phone, chat, social, and email to help anytime before, during, and after your business trip to make sure it goes smoothly. Upside's the real deal for buying your business trips. You got to give them a try. And right now, when you use promo code Dan, you are guaranteed to get at least a $100 Amazon.com gift card on your package purchase. That's code Dan to get a $100 gift card free. Upside.com, the better way to buy business travel. Minimum purchase required. See site for complete details.
A Zebra steel pen feels good the second you pick it up. These are tough pens that combine style, strength, and value. So, as you battle your way through the day, arm yourself with a tough Zebra steel pen. Now you've found Zen in your pen, and it's tough as steel.
Football's right here, man.
Yeah.
FIU football kicks off tonight.
Yeah.
Butch,
Pause up, Dan.
pause up,
Yeah.
says FIU graduate. Proud FIU graduate Guillermo.
Butch Air's underway, Dano.
Why are you shouting from
That's the
far
way you
away?
gotta do it,
Okay,
far
that's the
away
way
when
you
you're
do
a
it.
college
That's
football
how you
fan.
do it for
Yeah,
football, okay?
yeah,
You just sort of shout it from far away from the microphone.
Don't forget about Lane Kiffin, FAU.
That's not today.
Lane
That is
Kiffin.
not today.
Woo!
Shut up, Chris. Not today.
Oh, look at that. We got FIU and FAU in the house.
Oh, the Shula Bowl's gonna be nuts this year, Dan. Hoot, 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 hoot.
I didn't know you were a proud owl, Chris. I knew you went there.
I'm not.
Your dad is.
It's all about the U, baby.
Your dad went to FAU. Why were you shouting hoot hoot and being a proud owl?
I went there too.
Okay,
But I
you-
like Miami.
Okay. Did you finish there?
Yeah. Close enough.
Kinda.
All right.
Nobody look into it.
Finished online.
I'm pretty sure I have my degree, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I finished. I had such a weird setup.
What a scandal this would be.
No, but listen. This is
You're not certain you
I'm
graduated?
not totally certain.
Really?
Listen to this.
Wow.
Mike, there's nothing surprising about this.
None.
Nothing. But toward the end, it was such a scam I was running. I was really running a scam. Like, I was a sophomore in college.
Right.
And I was, writing these stories that were about this program that was rich and colorful and interesting. And, I was a peer of some of the guys who were getting in trouble or doing the trash talking or dancing. And they would just give me great stories.
And the Pell Grant story.
I didn't write that.
Don't forget you took
Really?
down the
You didn't? I
program.
think you took down the program.
That's
I have friends who went to UM when you were there, and they still blame you to this day. I mean,
No, that is
Betrayed us.
No, that is one of the worst misconceptions of my life. And that was during one of the worst times of my life, because I want you to imagine me out of college. This is amazing. I want you to imagine me out of college picking up the opposing newspaper and realizing that the government is investigating. I'm covering the University of Miami beat, and realizing that the government is investigating whether or not the University of Miami in its athletic department has a guy who is distributing phony financial aid as a way of feeding his drug problem. It was a horrible thing to read. And then I'm like, what the hell's a Pell Grant? What is this? You guys keep blaming me for the Pell Grant scandal that toppled the program.
Right.
And when it arrived on my doorstep, my response was, what's a Pell Grant? So imagine what it's like to have that stigma on you when the real story is, what the hell's that? Anyway.
Likely story.
that's your version of it.
So let me get back to the scam, because I'm real worried about being unpopular. That's something every day I'm very careful to increase my likability. I mean, I do it with strategic planners. I do it with PR people.
But why do people blame you? I'm telling you, I have friends who they still blame you.
I carried that with me until I met you, and you denied it for the first time. I was like, huh,
No,
He actually believes that
what
you sound
happened.
responsible.
No, see, that was the story that got them in trouble, the University of Miami in trouble, because they were bleeping with the federal government on financial aid. The stuff I was writing was about guys like watching teammates have sex from, in the windows and, being punished with laps for like egregious crimes. And so when we wrote that story, quoting players, telling the stories about how they were taking money, the Luther Campbell stuff, all that stuff. When we wrote it,
right.
Sports Illustrated took it, put it on the cover, and said, this is why the University of Miami needs to be disbanded. They took all of our information. So that's why I get that. But the Pell Grant stuff wasn't me, man.
All right.
So anyway, regardless.
Say so.
But if it was me, I'd take pride in it. But it wasn't me.
What?
I would.
No,
I'd take pride in it for doing good journalism. That was good journalism.
No.
Taking down your own school. I mean,
Judas.
I would absolutely take down my own school as a journalist if I find out that there was financial aid problems. Are you kidding me? I'm not hiding that story.
You're denying it now, but like at the time, like if you were in job interviews, like, oh, you're the Pell Grant guy. That was great work. Did you deny it then, or you're like, oh, yeah, that's me.
If you say so.
Yeah.
I think I'd just be quiet.
I totally leverage that information for money. I would. I'd bring it to UM and be like, listen, I'm going to write this report.
Really?
There's an
Crime.
amount of
So
money.
you'd commit a crime.
You'd
Yep, that's what I do. Yeah.
felony blackmail.
Yep. If I was young, when I was young. I'd
When
do
you
it
were
today.
young?
Yeah, I'd do it tomorrow.
So the scam I was running, he's got to be the only radio personality in America who freely admits to, I'd commit crime. He's got to be. That's the niche.
You got the goods, you got the goods, man.
All the other spots have been taken. He's like surveying the landscape on where can I plant my flag.
I got this one.
Right. Nobody else wants this one. Why is there no one here? Wow, this looks like such a great land. I could just claim all fraud and crime.
Worked out well for me.
I wonder why Bayless won't even get near this one. My spot. This guy loves inheriting real estate where nothing can grow. So the scam I was running in college is I'm a sophomore and I'm working for the Miami Herald. And the professors knew that, and I had bylines in the Miami Herald, and that was a big deal and stuff. And so by my senior year, by the tail end of my senior year, the Herald was always leaving me alone because they thought I had to finish schoolwork. And the professors were leaving me alone because they thought I had to do Miami Herald work. And so I was just at the Rat all the time. And so the last semester, I have no idea what my grades were. I do know I stopped caring about them. I may have had a Deion Sanders situation where he showed up to his final games in a limo and a top hat and a 0.0 GPA. I think I graduated. Can you call the university? Can you guys call the university?
Yes, let's call. Let's.
No, but seriously, we should call their records department and ask them if I've actually graduated, because I don't know if I have. We might have a George O'Leary situation where I've been pretending to be a University of Miami grad all my life, but I haven't actually graduated.
I am so hoping for this to be a
Please,
thing.
I'm begging. Yes.
The greatest scandal.
Mike, listen to me. This is a true story. I'm not even making this up. This is a true story. I missed my graduation because the night before, a group of us, a big group of us. Now, you guys are going to make fun of me because a night out in college for me was at a ribs place, but the place had a good piano bar.
You were at Tony Roma's?
Yes, well, it was a popular place when I was in college.
Tony Roma's was very popular back when you were in school.
No, but it was popular for ribs. Yes, US 1. Brooks Reed would play. It was music and stuff. So anyways, the night before my graduation, everybody in our group got so hammered. I'm not even making this up. I'm going to... Oh, Carl Frank. So listen to this. All of us get so hammered, but one of the guys in the group is a little lighter than the rest of us.
Right.
And he's drinking as much as the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
And by the end of the night, for reasons we can't understand, we go looking for him all over because we can't find him. And he had climbed in the Tony Roma's ceiling, moved the panels, and for reasons no one can explain, was just crawling around up there. And then when we got him down, yelling at him, he sprinted down Ludlam Road and just threw his shirt in the air and just ran away.
That's the cocaine, Dan.
I wasn't into that back then.
He was.
Carl Frank certainly was.
I'm scared of cocaine. I'm honestly scared of cocaine. Put this on the poll, Guillermo. Are you scared of cocaine?
Me too. It's a big yes for me. What's not to be scared of? I mean, kill you.
Well, just the compulsiveness. Like, that's the thing I've told you about before when it comes to addiction. Like, I worry about people who have addictive tendencies. I don't blame them for what happens after they've made the first choice, but you got to know yourself well enough to not make that first choice.
Right. Well, sometimes, I mean, it's a bit difficult when you're younger, right? Like, if you start off young, maybe you don't know yourself as well as you probably should.
Well, but I mean, I don't know. I think that just wasn't my upbringing. Like, the idea, I was having this conversation with my mother the other day. Like, the idea, my high school experience probably wasn't like your high school experience, because the idea of using even marijuana in high school would have been horrifying to me. Like, and so the idea of cocaine,
right.
Cocaine would be a blanket absurdity.
But why do you think your experience was different from mine? I was also terrified of marijuana.
I don't believe that. So anyway, none of your words have value.
What do you mean?
I mean, nothing you say is the truth.
What do you mean?
Yesterday, you guaranteed people that Joe Hayden would be a Pro Bowl wide receiver for the Patriots this year. That was something that happened yesterday. You guaranteed it. Your words mean nothing.
Surprise, missed opportunity by the Patriots. Belichick usually capitalizes on those quickly. Gets it done. Steelers came in, though. Good job by Tomlin and them boys.
So, I was telling my mom this the other day. My mom, I did not know that not going to college was an option. Like, I didn't know. It was just, I had to go to college. That was it. Like, that's where I was. I didn't know that I could come out of high school and what? And my mother said, well, not going to college wasn't an option. Like, we wouldn't have lived with us anymore. Like, get the hell out of the house. You have to go to college.
Right.
But I was at the University of Miami. And I can say this honestly. I was at the University of Miami, late 80s, early 90s. I never saw cocaine. Never one time saw cocaine. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen cocaine in my life. I don't think I've ever been with anybody who's using cocaine. I'm not even kidding.
Call Frank.
Maybe secretly. And when he was running down Ludlam, that should have been the drug test where he failed cocaine.
You never met Michael Irvin in college?
I didn't say I had never met cocaine users.
You just didn't meet cocaine.
I meant
right.
I had never seen them using cocaine.
That wasn't the sideline, man.
Oh, that's a bad joke. I mean, that's a bad joke.
Oh, we'll see.
The sideline cocaine joke? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Of course. Guillermo just shot a finger into the sky. Number one. Like, what is that? Like, Guillermo won. Because what is it about this environment where you guys have figured out that the funniest thing to you is just bothering me? Like, I don't understand. What is about the environment I've cultivated? Think about how you just reacted to that, Guillermo. Mike Ryan gave himself a laugh for the joke that the sideline is not made of cocaine. Gave himself the Hakeem Nicks laugh. And your reaction was to thrust a right arm in the sky. You're Joe Namath running off the Super Bowl field, off of the Orange Bowl field after the biggest upset in football history.
He killed that joke. It was great. Sideline. Get it?
Cocaine, chalk, white. Yeah, you got it. Same color.
Yeah.
Miami.
Get it?
Yeah.
Carl Frank.
Put it on the poll, Carl Frank. Put it on the poll. I mean, what was he doing up in the ceiling tile?
Cocaine, Dan. We told you.
Anyways, I missed my
Started
graduation.
it in the bathroom.
I missed my graduation the next morning, is the end of the story. Put it on the poll, please, Guillermo. Is saying the sideline is made of cocaine a funny joke?
You have to personally call the University of Miami. We tried. So only you can find out if you graduated. We have the number. We have the person waiting for you on the phone, so you can.
All right. I'll go in there right now. Let's find out. I'm going to find out right now if I graduate. I'm going to find. Wow, that's a tease. Coming up next, find out if my entire career I've been a fraud.
Okay, keep your eyes closed.
Okay.
I want to show you my first ever painting.
All right.
Okay. Open your eyes.
Oh, that's a lot of colors and shapes.
So be honest. What do you think?
Well, I like how if you switch to Geico, you could save hundreds of dollars on car insurance.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Here, why don't I hold your paintbrush while you call them?
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer. Don Le Batard.
Stugotz remembered today that 790, the original incarnation, one of the options was 790 the Shark.
Yep, it was. Yeah. The ticket, the ball, the shark. And I think the wave, 790 the wave, was also another option.
I think 104.3 the squid was another option.
Stugotz.
I mean, think about that. 790 the octopus. Rocking your puss.
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugotz on the ticket.
Guillermo, put this on the poll, please. Did Stephen A. Smith make the Miami Heat his sleeper team because he took a picture with Pat Riley in Vegas? Because he saw Pat Riley while he was in Vegas a few days ago. Is that why he made the Miami Heat his sleeper team? Stugotz has something for Adam Schefter. Adam Schefter's on the television screen here. Stugotz is down on an Adam Schefter report.
Well, it's not really a report. It's just like there's a headline here that says Schefter believes there's a chance Elliott will have his suspension reduced, and his guess is that Luck will miss the first month of the season. That's not reporting. That's guessing. I could do that, and I want to start doing that because I believe the same things. I believe the Zeke Elliott suspension will be reduced. Not even can.
You're reporting it will be reduced.
It will be reduced, and
Right.
I'm also reporting that Andrew Luck is going to miss at least the first 3 weeks of the season. There's a chance.
Right.
Yes.
And this would be the general harm I'm speaking of when I say to you, can you imagine if Adam Schefter reported yesterday on television that he guaranteed that Joe Hayden would be signed by the Patriots as a wide receiver and be in the Pro Bowl? You see why that would be a different kind of reporting than the one you do.
There's still time.
All right, so we called. Where did we call during the break? Was it the Register's office? Annette has been kind enough to join us from the University of Miami. I'm not sure which office it is. Annette, are you there?
And yes, I'm actually in alumni relations.
Okay,
All right.
Alumni relations. So you could confirm for the people what it is. It was a great conversation we had during the break where Stugotz, everybody was booing. I was celebrating because I had graduated. Stugotz said that we should have a graduation party for me, that he was very proud, that it was a big day for me.
It is a monster
and so,
day for
Annette,
you.
please confirm for me what, and the audience, what it is that you and I were talking about during the break.
We were actually talking about if you are a Kane, and indeed you are.
Yes!
You're a class of 90s School of Communication.
Yes! Woo!
Congratulations.
All right, and Annette, you don't blame me for that whole Pell Grant thing I did, right? You don't blame me for that? You don't?
No,
Okay.
I
All right,
don't.
thank you.
No.
Woo!
You should.
Yeah!
Way to go, Dano. Way to go, Dano. Dano, proud of you. Proud of you.
Thank you, Annette. We appreciate it.
You're
Thank
welcome. You
right.
take care.
All
Okay,
right, you too.
bye-bye.
All right, yes,
Nice.
I am a king.
Way to go.
Many of you are so disappointed. It was just so funny in the room. Mike Ryan rooting against me having graduated and then forcing me to go back to school. Thought it would be a great bit to do for a semester where I just keep trudging to class every day across campus with like a book bag.
So great.
A backpack, rather.
Backpack, yes.
Excuse me, book bag, backpack. I mean, that was really Stugotz. I merged them. They had sex and produced a book bag. So,
What happened there?
big day. Congratulations to me. Who can we call now to prove? Can you call Randall Mell from the Sun Sentinel? Used to be from the Sun Sentinel, to prove that I didn't have anything to do with that Pell Grant story. Now I just want to use the means
To verify things about yourself?
Yes, well, because the things you guys don't believe, because I'm saying, like, tell me that Annette didn't have more credibility than me. You heard her; she sounded like she was from the alumni office, and
I love this. I love this bit. Let's find out who you lost your virginity to, just to prove that you're not a virgin. Yes, I'm type A blood. Yeah.
Who's the person you wanted us to call?
I forgot already.
His last name was Mel.
It was
Randy Mel. Yeah,
Well, what did
Sun
Randy
Sentinel.
Mel have to do
Randy
with any
Mel.
of this?
I think Randy Mel's the one. Call Dave Hyde. In fact, call Dave Hyde.
I think Dave Hyde's on the air right now.
Is he?
Is he?
Yeah, I don't know. I just saw a tweet that Dave Hyde's doing something on the air right now.
Where?
Well, let's go over there. Where is it? Can we tune in on wherever it is that he's at? Can we cross streams? What? No? Where's Dave Hyde? How does Stugotz know where everyone's giving an opinion in sports?
I follow the guy on
He's
Twitter.
asking everybody for jobs.
I follow the guy on Twitter. He just tweeted something out.
I just called the guy trying to start a podcast with Dave Hyde. He's busy. If you guys, Mike, tell me there's not a reality show. Tell me there is not a reality show for our audience in a behind-the-scenes look with cameras of Stugotz trying to scheme his way into partnerships and deals and access and doors, opening doors. Tell me that if we could get it undistilled, watch him without him knowing he's being watched.
I'd be happy to do it, man. Does it pay well? I mean, I don't care.
That's all you care about.
I'm in. I am in. I got one brewing right now, but we can't talk about it yet. I'll keep you posted.
Okay, great.
Something about personalized videos. I can't wait.
Okay.
Yeah, personalized video messaging I'm going to send out to the Stugotz Army. It's going to cost you, but we'll get to that later.
Has this been approved by the people who need to approve such things?
Here's what I can tell you. I'm waiting on approval, but there's already someone at the company who is doing this. And so I feel like it's already been approved. Like if someone's doing it, if it's good for one person, it's good for everyone.
Well, now you see, this is the danger. This is a funny thing. That what Stugotz just said is an interesting thing about how it is and why it is that ESPN makes some of the decisions that it does. Because you got to be careful about setting some of the precedents that will allow the Stugotz who can't be trusted with the precedent to use the precedent for his own selfish means.
I'm tracking everyone.
I know you are. All right, we can't wait to get to whatever that is. Let me ask you guys a question, though, because we got into this a little bit the other day. Congratulations to Mike Ryan, the big lead. Named him one of the top 40 executives in sports, under 40. How'd that go over in the room back there? Shipping container, how'd that go over? Was there happiness? Was there jealousy? Was this a shared prize?
We were very proud of him. Very exciting.
Sound it.
I was.
We're not on television, but you guys don't look it either. Mike's pshawing. Mike's hiding from the microphone. The other four aren't exactly supporting him here.
Our names were in it, so
okay, that's all that
matters. So you're good.
There you go. Yeah. Everybody's name was in it. Was everybody's name in it? Nobody was omitted. Roy's in it.
Am I? I didn't read it.
Okay,
yeah, you're in it, Roy.
Anyway, congratulations to Mike. But what I was saying, the big lead, check it out, or it's on our Twitter feed. Also, though, I was wondering this, Stugotz, because it's a question I have. When people are watching ESPN, how do they, the viewers, think that the people who are on ESPN got there? Because this ties into our conversation about remember, many years ago, Stugotz doesn't make any distinctions between the Wall Street Journal and, internet blog that's just writing something that has no credibility. He doesn't make any distinction between what Schefter's reporting and what he's reporting. He doesn't care about the journalism of it. It doesn't interest him. But so what I would ask the audience is, how do you think the people who are gasbagging on television got there? Because I feel like most people who are watching don't know and don't care. And for example, the only reason I found out, I did some research, and the only reason Stugotz hasn't been on Around the Horn is because that is a show for writers, run by the son of the former sports editor of the Washington Post, and he believes that that's a place for writers.
And Lil Wayne.
Okay, yeah, and Lil Wayne.
Show me the last thing that he wrote, please.
Yes. Well, he does write. I mean, he
actually freestyles everything.
He doesn't write his own lyrics.
Like a news story.
He doesn't write because he ain't got the time. I believe that's what the lyric is.
So it's for journalists. It's for writers and people who have massive amounts of fame.
Well, no. Yes. But I'm just
I'm
wondering.
fine with that. I guess.
No, you're not fine with that. You've made it clearly known that you're not fine with that.
Yeah.
Why is Marty Smith?
Because he's Marty.
He's going to die one day on television.
Because he's Marty. He's on the back of a pickup truck right now.
He's going to die one day.
Reporting live, Florida State, Alabama.
He was taking a tour of the stadium in Tuscaloosa and all the construction that they're doing on it because they have money for that, but not to pay the players.
He is relentless, man. In a good way. He is so good at his job.
Marty has figured out, man, what a great space he has carved out for himself, a space that did not exist before, which is just guy who has fun on television and by virtue of having fun on television makes consistently good television.
No doubt.
There's no one else like him.
No one. There will be soon, I promise you, because someone's going to copycat it, right? But he is doing his SportsCenter hit right now from the back of a pickup truck while it's moving.
Yeah, he's just flying through Tuscaloosa on the back of a truck because he's incapable of just standing in front of a camera doing nothing other than what everyone else is doing.
His hair is also not moving at all while he's sitting on the back.
Well, that's
of a
amazing
truck.
too. That's a great observation, Guillermo. Put that on the poll. Are you surprised that Marty Smith is going 35 miles an hour down the streets of Tuscaloosa in the back of a pickup truck, and his hair, not a hair is moving?
Some good gel, and a lot of it.
Not a hair is moving.
Chris, you agree, right? It's that really thick, goopy gel, and he just puts like half a bottle in every morning.
I need to know what product it is.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I'm going to text him what he uses. Because that's incredible. I've never seen anything like that.
Amazing. Don't text him. Just call him. Call him and ask him if he'll come on real quick. And
he's on the back of a truck right now.
But when he's done with that hit,
But we only want him if he's still on the back of the truck.
Right. Well, he will be there. They went to commercial break. Okay. Hopefully, Marty Smith will tell us about hair product next.
Dan Batard.
You introduced me to a great masseuse. Jeff Finney is his name. Now, there was a time where Jeff Finney was giving me massage on a weekly basis. He's rough. Like, he stretches you out, and it's really, really rough.
Stugotz.
And I sent him a text, or I thought I sent him a text saying, hey, 9 o'clock tonight, I'm ready for you to work on me. I sent it to Jeff DeForest.
This is the Dan Batard Show with the Stugotz on the ticket.
All right, we got a lot going on. There's a lot of messiness going on. We don't know when it's going to resolve itself. We're trying to get a hold of Marty Smith. He's busy on television on the back of a truck. We'll see if we get him this segment. We're trying to get a hold of Dave Hyde. He's busy doing another radio show that's directly competing against us.
Mm-hmm.
I've asked him to call during a commercial break. I don't know what their clocks are.
You asked him to call into the show he's competing against?
That's right.
Okay.
And we're also endeavoring to find the guy who broke that Pell Grant story with Dave Hyde, Randy Mell, who is now a golf writer, formerly of the Sun Sentinel. I haven't talked to him in a long time. I'd like to catch up with him.
You should do that. That should be a new segment where you catch up with someone you haven't spoken to in a while.
I like this new bit idea of we just called someone to confirm something from my past, whether or not instead of the lie detector, just call someone and see if they will confirm or deny what it is that I'm saying. Mike, have you been to Wynwood? Have you been to Wynwood Yard?
Yes. Chris Martin was there over the weekend.
Well, this is what I was going to ask you. Chris Martin was there over the weekend, and Shakira was there like 10 days ago or something. How is that possible? Like, those acts playing that small of a venue as I think a surprise.
Yeah, Wynwood Yard is a cool place to hang out. It's wide open. There's food trucks out there. There's a little stage. Sometimes farmers markets pop up. It's a cool place to go to on a Sunday afternoon. And I think Chris Martin sort of impromptu joined
But I'm saying how if any place in South Florida got either one of those two people, Chris Martin or Shakira, to perform at any time, one of these little venues, It would be a big deal. How the hell is this place getting two of those people in the last 2 weeks?
But, Mike, I would guess it's become like a hip and trendy place for people to play, for big time. So someone had to start the trend up, but someone had to start
it. It's a tiny place. It doesn't even make sense for these people to be playing there.
I'm looking at it now, but there has to be something to it where some big star played there and then others followed suit. I mean, there has to be.
I love when Stugotz has a strong opinion with no information. It's one of my favorite
logic,
things.
Man.
It's one of my favorite things.
It's actually deceptive.
I'm going to dig deeper on this.
It's actually deceptively big because there's a bar there and there's a lot of food trucks that fit in the back. So it's a wide open space where they have a lot of live acts that play there. So I can see if someone's in Miami and they consider themselves an artiste, Wynwood's a cool place to hang out, so I can see that happening.
Well, but I guess this is what I'm saying to you, okay? Just so that I don't understand how this is happening exactly, but I find it fairly amazing that it is happening. If this show tried to get Shakira or Chris Martin, it might never happen. Like, if this show were requesting those people to get on the phone for 10 minutes, we might go the rest of time without getting either one of those people to agree to be on this big platform. And those two people were performing in, what is in essence a courtyard near what has been in Miami a bad neighborhood for a long time.
Yeah, it's not that place in particular, Wynwood. Wynwood is kind of trendy, but that place isn't necessarily trendy.
It's become a big place for big bands to play before they play at a bigger venue. And it started with Shakira. I'm reading the article right here on Miami.com.
I'm telling you,
you're saying Shakira and Chris Martin. Thank you for your contribution.
Well, it's become that hip place to play before you play your big events.
A couple of weeks ago.
It's just become
back in May.
Just become that
back in May
because 2 people have done it.
Well, Shakira did it. And now a second one has done it. You'll see. Now everyone will start doing it. Just admit when you're wrong, man. It's okay. Music snob.
Was that place at Jazzed? Was that the place that your brother did artwork for?
I think that closed. I think it just closed.
It did close, but there was a great story of how Prince just joined. I think Swinlow was performing there when they were the house band. That place was a great spot for a while. Mayday was a house band for a long time, and people would come up and jam with them. Prince had an iconic jam.
Well, now it can be told now that it's closed. Can you please tell me? Please make sure that Jazzed is closed before I say what I'm about to say.
We'll call somebody to confirm that in our new bit, confirming things with Dan Le Batard. Okay, Randy Mel is on the line.
Well, something about Jazzed that I'd never seen before that I was surprised by at Jazzed. I can reveal it now if it's closed. If it's not, I can't reveal it. But let's bring in Randy Mel here. My good friend Randy Mel. I have not talked. Randy, when's the last time we talked? I mean, I love Randy Mel, but I can't call him a good friend because we haven't talked in a long time. Randy, when's the last time we talked?
Oh my God, Dan! I can't remember. I think, you as you were walking over my back, scooping me on things. You might have said hello.
Right. Like the Pell Grant story.
No. See, here's the thing. We were arguing about this, Randy. Everybody's blaming me for bringing the program down in the Pell Grant story, and we reported stuff that didn't help the program. But I keep telling people that the Pell Grant story's not on me. So can you tell us whether or not I'm lying, or you can confirm that the Pell Grant story is not on me?
No, it's not on you. You were a part of many investigative stories there, but I don't think you were a part of that one then. I do remember sitting in Tony Russell's living room and him explaining, that he had $100 a week cocaine habit and how the whole Pell Grant scandal started. But I can take you off the hook on that one, Dan. But there's a lot of other ones that you'd be on the hook for.
That's right. Yeah, yeah, yes.
Big day for you.
Yes,
you have graduated and you've been released of all responsibilities of the Pell Grant.
I love this segment, Randy. Thank you for being on with us. Stay off the air there. Give me your number so I can call you when I get out of here. Our thanks to Randy Mel. Now we bring in Dave Hyde of the Sun Sentinel. Real quick, Dave Hyde of the Sun Sentinel.
We're competing against
hold
Hyde
on, that's
right
okay.
now.
He's got to get back to work. Dave, thank you for calling. We appreciate it. Real quick, who's responsible for the Pell Grant story that buried the University of Miami?
Pell Grant? No, I didn't write the Pell Grant. I wrote the Warren Sapp and hiding the drug test story.
Okay,
so, I don't know.
Right.
Okay, but who broke the Pell Grant story?
Did the Sun Sentinel? Did I? I don't even remember, Danny.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
All right.
Yes. Yeah.
Big day.
Thank you, Dave. We appreciate it.
That was so long ago. I don't remember.
It was a long time ago. Good God, you're old, Dave. I don't remember whether I broke the Pell Grant story.
He doesn't even remember which paper.
Who am I talking to?
I didn't remember whether I graduated or not. Good God, old guy radio. Thank you, Dave. We appreciate it.
All right.
Please tell me Marty Smith's going to be on here in the next 10 minutes so that we could just make this a complete disaster. I don't remember. Well, who the hell broke the Pell Grant story then?
Every time I Google Jazzed, it says permanently closed. It has a website that's still active, but it says new website soon.
Okay.
It's probably said that for a decade.
This is more of a stigma now, or this would have been more of a stigma when this was happening and when I was introduced to it than it would be now. I'm guessing that there might be some place in Miami like this now. But the shock for me in walking into Jazzed for the first time was that on the second floor, everybody was smoking weed. And I had just never seen that before anywhere in an establishment where you're running a business. Like, where have you, are there places like that in Miami? I guess now the stigma has fallen on some of this. Anyways, we'll get back to that in a second. Marty Smith with us now on 790 The Ticket. Yeah, big segment. We just saw him last seen on the back of a pickup truck. Where were you? What were you doing? Tuscaloosa? Where were you? What were you doing?
Well, good morning, boys. Lord, this is earlier than our normal visits. I like that. That's good. I'm a morning guy. I got a big old cup of coffee here. So here's the deal. We've been inside the program with Coach Saban and the boys for 5 days now, and he's tired of us, so he kicked us out. He's like, all right, we're locking the doors on y'all. So we're like, well, what can we do that's cool? Jonathan, my producer, y'all know, we decided, all right, well, let's hop in the back of a pickup truck and show them this gorgeous campus. And so that's what we went and did. And then a bunch of frat boys, I must have been watching Sports Center, and they ran out and started to raise a bunch of hell. And so we did too.
All right.
It was a great time. You know what's funny about that, though? What's funny about riding in the back of a truck these days is that, like, people lose their minds. Oh, my God, that's so unsafe. Be careful. That's like how we went to prom, man. Where I grew up, that's just what you do. I've been riding in the back of pickup trucks since I was 4, on fishing with my daddy. I don't understand why people lose their minds about it.
Just so you know, Mike Ryan saw you on the television screen and said he's going to die one day on television.
He might be right. Like if I go do some sort of skeet shooting exhibition, that absolutely could be true.
I think you're going to get eaten by a bear one day.
I could. Gator, we were stupid enough when we came down when I came down there to co-host Highly Questionable with Dan and Poppy. We decided, well, hey, let's go get on one of those airboats down in the Everglades. That wasn't our best idea.
Marty, we really wanted you on, though. We wanted to talk gel, and we wanted to talk about your hair, because we noticed, Mike noticed that while you were on the back of that pickup truck, your hair did not move an inch.
We couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe it. So you're clearly, you're using in your hair gorilla snot, right?
It is called American Crew Forming Cream. And I don't just use a little bit.
You don't use, see,
we noticed
that's exactly
Marty,
that's exactly what Chris Cody said. You use half.
Is that a marching band?
Yeah, it's the university.
No, Dan just graduated today. It's a big day.
So
that's awesome! Congratulations!
Thank you, thank you. We appreciate it. So, how much do you use?
Really, it's not that aggressive. So, the good Lord has blessed me in countless ways, and one of those is I have a lot of hair. I don't have we've been talking about me being 40 all week. For a 40-year-old dude, not only do I have a little bit left up there, I got some serious salad. All right? Mm-hmm. So I can get a bad haircut. I can cover it up. I can get a great haircut and put all that goop in it, and it looks masterful. Now, I don't have to use that much of it because my hair is so thick. Here's where it gets dicey. Where it gets dicey is if I get low on the on the stuff and only put a tiny little bit in there, then it looks like Beaker. You know, remember Beaker from the Muppets?
Yes.
I look like Beaker, and that's when Laney's like, dude.
Can someone explain
this? Don't do that.
Hold on. Forgive me for interrupting you, but I feel like you have so many connection points with human beings, and I'm just curious, like, how is it, what bit can we create here where Marty Smith reads us stories, Mike, or something, or where he reads us stories with sort of his footnotes on the side and his personality, because everyone is in here and just smiling at the sound of the voice, and you're saying nothing. Like you're
right.
He says Beaker, we all smile. Yes,
I mean, everyone in here is just got a huge smile on their face, and it's like listening to a beautiful diva sing. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you are for us. We hear your voice, and all of us just start swooning.
So then I am the Adele of South Beach.
I mean, in a weird Adele of sports. Yeah, the Adele of sports television. Yeah, you can have that. Anyway, yes. Well, get out of here for now. But
maybe what I'll do is...
Hold on, he's got an idea,
Mike.
Mike.
You guys. Have a good day.
All right, see you. No idea.
All right, see you later.
All right. Got to the bottom of everything here.
But he is delightful, yes?
Oh, he's the best.
I love him so much.
He's so great.
What's happening there? Like, I've told you this before. There is very little in the world that I envy, but I do envy that dude's ability to just make people feel good.
Oh, he's just having fun. And that Southern charm. He's got that Southern charm, man, and it really helps him out.
What a gift, though, man. Yeah. What a gift. Yes. Like, can someone explain to me someone in sports who's like that, who's not I mean, Gronk might be like that for some of you guys, but just a delight, just where, because I was looking over the room here, Stugotz.
Yeah.
And everyone's just sitting there listening to him like they're watching a concerto, a performance that they're mesmerized by, like whatever it is that is at the height of art. And it's just a Southern dude yammering and saying a lot of nothing.
You know Beaker, right?
Well, that's the thing.
You know Jonathan Wiley, super producer.
Wait a minute. Have I told you?
He can go off a piss.
Wait a minute. What was that?
I don't know.
What were you doing?
Is that your
My fake Marty.
I mean,
he's going to go out for a piss.
What is that? Is awful.
On the White House lawn.
I mean, you have to get in on everything. You have to get in on everything.
That's the POTUS up in there.
You can't just leave. You can't be
POTUS.
You can't be left out of anything.
Tuscaloosa.
You just feel the need to get in, no matter how lame your contribution is.
Terrible.
I don't even remember what I was saying. So Marty Smith.
Oh, no.
Just gives off a whole lot of, you're going to like me.
Kevin Harvick. Talladega. Kaboom. Right between the eyes.
Why did Eric Reed make an appearance there? Why in the middle of that did you go from Marty Smith to Eric Reed?
Felt like it. Back.
I wish you guys could see what was happening here.
Booyah.
I don't think Stugotz had a thought of his own in the last 2 minutes.
Not one.
Just him trying to repeat whatever it is that Mike was saying to him, with sometimes with less success than others.
The Raiders.
I don't think that was him.
I wish people could see what it is that was happening here. We just had this conversation yesterday in our meeting, whether Billy and Mike resent Stugotz because so much of his personality is just their jokes. And the one
they do.
And the one who keeps cashing in on their jokes is Stugotz. Like, I wonder if there's a scenario where Stugotz is doing the show without us, without all of us. It's just Stugotz doing a show. Someone's hired him to be Chris Russo for $7 million a year because of what a comedic genius he is, but he can't take Mike and Billy. In the fight for custody, I keep the kids, whether Stugotz would just fall back on just hot takes all the time.
It's what Sunday mornings from 7 to 9 a.m. are.
They say you just left to your own devices?
With Golick Jr., yeah. Just
when he's not replaying interviews that happen on our show.
Yeah.